Mr. Gold, don't you think in being too rich? Mr. Gold, don't you think of being a bit too gold?
It's the 18th of October 2015 and it's Sharon here from Butterfly Lullaby, and I'd like to have a debate on Japanese knotweed, and here's my blog. So it's called the Japanese Knotweed Mind Map Debate, and it's on the butterflylullaby.blogspot.co.uk website. And I've done a mind map here, if you can see that. So it's just pointing out basically that the battery's going to go on this in a minute, so I have to hurry up. Japanese knotweed has got 4 patents, and the pill companies actually use this plant, this herbal plant, because it's got resveratrol in it, which is really highly sought after now as a really great source of medical help for people. So they're making hundreds of millions out of this plant, yet we're led to believe that it's an awful plant. Also, the honey, the Japanese knotweed honey, has won an award out in the USA. The Japanese knotweed can make bees' nests better than bamboo because it's got a bigger stem, a thicker stem. You can make some amazing Japanese knotweed wine, and wonderful Japanese knotweed smoothies, which I've made this year, and my daughter loves it, my partner loves it. It's really, really nice and healthy for you because it's got no pesticides in it, etc. And if you purchase, let me just zoom in a bit, see this book, Invasive Plant Medicine by Timothy Lee Scott. So that's Timothy Lee Scott. He talks about all the healing abilities of Japanese knotweed and, you know, how good it is for our environment, basically. You can also make, excuse me, you can also make Japanese knotweed cosmetics, which I've done. I've actually made some wonderful face oil, anti-aging resveratrol oil, just using coconut oil and Japanese knotweed, and it's the best face oil I've ever used because it's totally organic, and it just makes your skin feel so wonderfully soft and lovely. Also, the Japanese knotweed is really good for your hair. We use it on her hair, my daughter and I, and she's got the most wonderful hair, really long hair, and it's really easy to brush through when you use this as like a leave-on conditioner. And we use soap nut, which is organic, which is like a berry, as the actual shampoo. It doesn't soap up or anything like that, but I mean, it's got rid of the dandruff, and it's really good because there's no chemicals in it. So what else? You can create, you know, Japanese knotweed teas, etc., as health benefits to cure Lyme's disease and arthritis. Oh, there's so much. There's, you know, and the biofuel as well. I'm going to stick some more information on here, but the biofuel, you know, it needs to be looked into because that could be actually creating jobs and work for people. All these things here that I mentioned in the mind map could be creating jobs, and that's what we need to look at. So, you know, just spending billions and billions of taxpayers' money on destroying this plant is not very intelligent, and we need to focus on what's going on here and, you know, what sort of corruption is causing this, because, you know, people are so brainwashed by our governments, sadly. They believe everything they say. So we really need to look outside the box and have some real debates here and take the brick walls down to stop us from moving forward, because we need to move forward. You know, this video here talks about how they're using plants, you know, food plants to create biofuel. You know, we could be using Japanese knotweed because that plant grows, I think it's 2 inches a day. So that would be a huge benefit to creating cheap electricity. And there is research that's been done on this, so I'm going to put this on this blog. See the bees' nest, you know, this is fantastic for the bees. I don't eat honey anymore because I've turned vegan and I know what they do to the bees. I don't really like it, but it doesn't mean all bee farmers are horrible. Let's see what else. Yeah, so that's the cream that I've made. I've done a video on that, how to make the well, it's not cream, it's face oil using Japanese knotweed and coconut oil, and that's a smoothie I've made, which, you know, I'd love people to try these, but please be careful when actually getting Japanese knotweed from the wild, because they do put down pesticides and you don't want to be intaking that toxic poison. And there's the hair conditioning leave-in conditioner that I've used on my daughter's hair. And here's the wine, and you know, I've made this for my neighbour who absolutely loves it. She really, really likes this stuff. I mean, her husband paints their fence every 2 years, so I wanted to do something nice for them, and they really like it. He'd prefer a sweeter one, so I'm going to make him a sweet one. And there's the pills I'm talking about, the Japanese knotweed resveratrol pills that help with health. So, and here's Timothy Lee Scott talking about Japanese knotweed and its benefits for our planet and for people's health. And here's a guy here that's got Lyme's disease, well, he had Lyme disease and he's cured it using Japanese knotweed, and it's really worth looking into this. Okay, so I came across this mind map of the House of Windsor and all their resources that they control, and it looks like they control oil, food, minerals and metals. So this is very interesting and needs a debate. So I'd like to find out if they're in, you know, got shares in the banking system as well, which would actually make sense to why poor people are struggling and have a very, you know, little help with regards to getting low interest loans, and actually get ripped off like I did with high interest loans when you could actually remortgage and get a low interest loan. But that's another story. So here we've got Prince Philip here stating he's really worried about overpopulation. This is a concern, I think it needs a debate. And we've got here the BBC, Fat Hen on BBC, Country Files, I believe it is, showing you how to cook Japanese knotweed. I made some Japanese knotweed banana tarts. I just used the actual sauce, which was nice, apparently my partner said. The actual Japanese knotweed is a bit tough. Well, the way I cooked it was a bit tough, so I didn't really like that bit as much. Well, my partner didn't. But the sauce was nice. So they've actually set free this awful bug into the UK to destroy Japanese knotweed, and the thing is, you know, what else is it going to destroy? That's the question. We need to debate on this. And, you know, why are we destroying everything when we could be creating jobs, much needed jobs, foods and medicines for people? That's the question. And here we have, you know, this really needs a debate, because I've had 2 Welsh MPs tell me the Queen's above the law, which nobody seems to know about. I mean, it is in the papers if you look, you know, the power that she's got, where she, you know, the press is scared of her, etc. So yeah, the battery's going now. I'm going to quickly scroll down. So there's my wine that I've made. So please debate this, help me share this information, and, you know, think outside the box. We need to move forward instead of backwards, so get in contact. Thanks, bye.